Good morning, everybody. This is T-Cat from T-Cat's Deep Vinyl Tracks. Doing another contest video. I know there's been a lot of contest videos and a lot of contests open lately, and it's a good way to get my name out there and try to pick up some subscribers. I'll come right out and say that. That's one of the main reasons I do this. It's a good way to get your name out to other subscribers, potential subscribers I should say, and it's a good way for you to show off what you've got in your collection. So today I'm doing a contest entry for JC at the Flip Side. He's celebrating the fact that he has 3,000 subscribers, and congratulations to him for that. He's got an excellent channel, lots of information on his channel, a lot of information about new releases that are coming out, especially for Record Store Day. That's what he's got going on now on his channel. He really gets a lot of information together, organizes his videos well, and he's running this contest, so I thought I would join in and give him a plug. I'll leave a link to his contest entry rules where you can go and watch his video where he announces his contest. Now, some of the things he wants us to do, a couple of main things. First of all, you have to subscribe to his channel, and also give a shout out to somebody in the vinyl community. So I'd like to give my shout out to Stephen Carlson. Stephen Carlson is a great member of the vinyl community, and he just today on his Sunday morning show gave a shout out to my channel, so it's only natural that I use this time to give a shout out back to his channel. He's got a great channel there where every Sunday he does his early morning show with Stephen Carlson and Cat. Cat is spelled K-A-T and is his cat, who makes guest appearances pretty much in every one of the Sunday morning episodes. So go over and check out his channel. He's got a lot of interesting records and vinyl that he shows, and quite a bit of variety there. There's bound to be something there you know, and something that you don't know that you should know about. So check out his channel. Great guy. So the next part of the contest is to show 3 albums. One from the 1970s, one from the 1980s, and one from the 1990s. Seems to be simple enough. I can do that. So I'm going to start off with 1970. A lot of people show off King Crimson's debut album, but not very many people show out their sophomore album, which is In the Wake of Poseidon. This is that particular release, and as you can see, somebody decided to write their name on the top there. This is an original release, it's not a reissue, and it's on Canadian pressing. So it comes with this nice red Atlantic label, which is also autographed with the pre-owner's name. The thing about King Crimson is they're a constant a band that's always in flux, it seems like. They go through certain lineups, and but they're always consistently manned or headed over by Robert Fripp, who is the guitarist and one of the main founders of the band. They've always been interested in experimental music, pushing the limits to music, and their debut album was responsible for, well, a lot of people claim it's responsible for the beginning of progressive rock. Their second album, however, tends to get a little more ignored for some reason, or you don't hear so much about it. And I don't know what the reason for that is that it's a great album. Greg Lake is still the main vocalist on this album, even though he officially left the band before this album was released. He agreed to do most of the vocals on this. So you still get his vocals. The album itself is pretty much set out a lot like their first album. Same style of songs with a few differences. But it's still a great album, and one that should be looked at a little more often than what it is. There's an interesting song on here called Cat Food, which is probably the one that veers away the most from the original album, and it was actually released as a single. Didn't do too well on the charts because of the very dissonant piano chords that are on it, but it's still a fun song, a song about a family who's got a crazy mother who always feeds them cat food for dinner, hence the lyrics Cat Food again. Great album. There's a track called Pictures of a City, which is similar somewhat to 20th Century Schizoid Man. Cadence and Cascade, which is more of a folksy song, and that one is the only song on there with vocals that's not sung by Greg Lake, but is sung by George Haskell. Let me make sure I get the name right here. Sorry, it's Gordon Haskell. Sorry about that. And since Greg Lake was leaving the band, they had nobody as a vocalist to tour with. So Gordon Haskell, I keep calling him Craig. Gordon Haskell was asked to be the lead vocalist after this point, which he accepted. Mel Collins is also there and would become a often member of the band. The only two original people remaining after this album was released was Robert Fripp and Peter Sinfield. And of course, most people know that the band lineup changed after that, as it often did. Greg Lake sings In the Wake of Poseidon, and a lot of people will probably compare that to Epitaph from the previous album. Another great song. And the highlight for me is The Devil's Triangle, which is a long instrumental, over 11 minutes, divided up into 3 sections. Just a amazing instrumental, and I would suggest you check that particular album out. Now for the 1980s, I would like to show this band, Aztec Camera, and this is their album Knife, which was released in 1984. Aztec Camera is considered a jangle pop band from the 80s, but they did use a lot of acoustics too, long before a lot of bands were moving to the acoustic sound. That's their Sire label with their guitar on one side and a drawing of a rose on the other side. And the inner sleeve with the lyrics and a picture of the band. Aztec Camera was one of the bands from the 1980s that doesn't get a lot of recognition, but it's actually a really good band, great songwriter. And from the 1990s, I'd like to show this album released in 1996, Beck Odelay. I'm a big fan of Beck. I love his music, the way he mixes modern day electronics with an old acoustic feel. This was Beck's second album. This is actually a reissue of it. There's the track listing. Very fun album. Like I say, I really enjoy Beck's music. That's the label. Now, even though this was only Beck's second album, Beck was actually around for quite a long time, releasing demos. There's all kinds of demos out there that are now available that can be streamed. Some of them have actually been reissued. And if you're interested in his music, especially his more acoustic side, then I would suggest you check them out. He's got quite a sense of humor, interesting lyrics, how he mashes all his lyrics together. Very excellent musician. Okay, that's my entry for the flip side, JT. And like I said, I suggest you go over and check out his channel. Great channel. And in the meantime, I'll be moving on, and you can hit my subscribe button, and you'll also know when I'm sending out new videos. Alright, now that I've messed up that ending, I'll go ahead and say thank you very much, and we'll see you the next time.